Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of MTG Arena Run. If you're wondering why I have this weird, why I'm lying down like this weird layout and all that, it's because I'm currently quarantined in my room. I tested positive as I tested positive last night. I did another test this morning, definitely positive. But so far, thankfully, it's just me. No one else in my family got hit. But that means I am not going to be able to access my regular rig. But that means we can just chill for the most part. Anyway, it's Momir. It's definitely easy to chill. I Yeah. So for those wondering what the event is, this is a usual event that happens every once in a while. It's basically completely random. The we'll just do a quick play of this so that you guys have a quick idea. But for the most part, you get a deck of basic lands. I believe we get all snow covered lands for this one. Um, Pillows, I'm sleeping. Yep, it's all snow covered. And the only way we make stuff here is you see these icons on the left here, the one that's glowing right now. It's pay X mana, discard a card, and you generate a random creature with the mana value of that one. So our opponent's making an X2. We probably should do the same. I think we'll do the same thing. It's normally I'd wait until X equals 3, but I don't mind doing an X equals 2. I probably should also move it around a bit. Yeah, usually the reason we don't make X2s is because most of the time they're really bad. Yeah, let's move it down here. I don't really need to see my lands that much. I can kind of remember which ones I dropped. Opponent's making an X3. We can take. There's a reason. But yeah, that was definitely. Oh, play a place this time. I'm gonna have to figure out the layout for this. Maybe I should actually just sit up and do the recording with the proper human being also. We'll get to that later. Come on, give us something good. Well, we got Ronas. Unfortunately, can't attack or block unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater. We'll also want green mana if we want to activate the ability, but we can wait on that. So great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit up a bit. Lying down for a long time gives me a headache. So opponent gonna generate an X4 this time. It's just Gravedigger, but missed. So we're gonna keep taking hits until we can drop something good. I guess we can drop on this time. There is a little bit of meta strategy on which lands you want to drop. You generally want a lot of red and a lot of black. Blue, not so much. You want white and green eventually. Okay, so what do we have here? We're not casting any spells here, so we just basically got ourselves a hill giant. 4 mana 3/3. Also, it looks like there were some iterations that had random cards added, but looks like they took those out. So because of that, there are some cards that could actually cause you to lose the game. The most well-known one is Momir at 6 mana, so some people would skip the 6 cost. I figured that if we're playing this event, you might as well just go all in on the randomness and embrace it. So I'll probably drop a 6. Scrytree, this Scrytree interesting but kind of not so helpful. I guess we could give ourselves a few forests. Also, what is if it would deal damage to a player, so as long as there's nothing buffing its power, we can block. Well, we're definitely forced to block it. Opponent going for the 6. Ooh, once it ETBs can be very nasty. I guess returning Ronas is a good idea because, well, they could also return the 4-drop. which would yeah, they're gonna return Ronas, cause us to discard a card. It was all sorts of nasty. But yeah, and you're forced to block this one. So let's see if we can hit a good 6-drop of our own. Probably should have cast that first, though I don't remember there being any good base creatures at 6. Also means we're gonna top out at X equals 7. Okay, so opponent's gonna separate into 2 piles. We will get 2 lands. I'll choose this one. So not so bad. We actually are going to get more. We will actually be able to accelerate a bit more. So opponent will stop at X7. We probably will be able to stop at X8. Not so bad. Also, I'll probably have to turn on lights later. Now, the reason I'm willing to do the double block here is because flyers are not easy to come by. Though, if our opponent lands a creature that causes us to take out our own. Ooh, now that's very nasty. I think that's practically game over for us. Who knows, maybe we hit our own, but I think that's unlikely. Nope, we can safely concede this one. Opponent will end up sacking all their smaller creatures, and we're not gonna get much out of it. That's just how Momir is. It's gonna be random. You can't really do much about some certain board situations. It's really more a test of your character. And you just have to accept that, yeah, you're gonna be on the losing end at times. Maybe I was better off waiting at X3. But then again, it'd been nice if if I was not in the back foot all the way. But that's just how it goes. We're definitely gonna turn on the lights now. Whoa, that's bright. But it does wonders for the record. Yeah. It does wonders in the sense that it's not... But I don't think it should be backlit. Front lit. There you go. Front lighting... And while dropping a 2-drop makes it extremely weak, dropping a 1-drop is generally even worse because there are cases where you can actually whiff. Let's see. We probably start at 3. I'm willing to wait as long as I can, but I think a 3-drop is fine. Some of the really good cards are at 8. Also, I should okay. Oh no, opponent actually went first, so they did do their first 3-drop. We will likewise do the same. What's theirs? 3-drop. Flying Vigilance, you have hexproof. Whenever it deals that... Wow. Not having much great fortune in the new year as well. But hey, we can block it at least. But whenever it's dealt damage, you gain that much life. So it's either we take 2 or they gain 2. You have hexproof, right? Yeah. Opponent technically has hexproof, though I don't see the animation. Yeah, we might as well start preserving our life a bit because we're not going to be able to block the one in the bottom. And, oh yeah, did I mention that the Daybound Nightbound Werewolves are really good here? They are guaranteed to flip. Makes it really bad for us now that I think of it. Also need to be careful where I put my finger. It's easy to block the camera. Come on, bounce card, bounce. Search, reveal, put in your hand. Now take note, this is because it has first, it can activate to gain first strike, so it's gonna get ourselves another mountain. So we're gonna see how our opponent attacks. Opponent can, if our opponent attacks first, we probably just have to take it. If they cast first, we can technically double block the thing in the ground. Our spirit, our bear is gonna keep growing the more lands we drop because they're all snow covered. But oh, opponent is going for it. Oh come on, seriously. Depending on our next drop, we can easily just concede this one, save ourselves a lot of time. I don't really see much hope for. Maybe our opponent plays the Bells in Lottery and they auto lose that way. We can find out, I guess. Not really useful. I could swing in the hopes that our the only kind of saving grace we have here is that aside from taking the 2 from the air, we do have blocks. Opponent technically should be swinging first. They want to keep up mana for the activate ability. They're going for the X6. Oh, this is a Yume, so they're not gonna. Oh, they are. It's a Yume. They did not have to. It's not coming back. Okay, so there's some things to remember. These are all token creatures, so yeah, it's not coming back. And okay, knowing that, we can block this one. Now we just have to find a way to deal with a 4/4 and a couple of 4/4 flyer. Okay, we found a way to deal with it. So we kind of stabilized, also in part because of that was a matrix ability. Our opponent could have chosen a creature, but said no. They did not have to actually exile your flyer. In fact, I probably would have exiled one of the tokens also. So Lord Sander is going to be a problem. It's going to keep milling our library. Maybe we can hit an equalizer, I guess. Let's see. What does it take? What does it take to give a sick person? Ooh, we're only getting land out of this, but heck, if I. Okay, so we definitely want to keep blue in the future. I really forgot about that ability. Then again, no one really played Azure back in Steam. Opponent's gonna go for an 8-drop. It's still a way to keep up. Also, what are all of the keywords? Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink, so... yeah. If we hit another island... I should not have pitched that island. Probably should have pitched one of the swamps. Okay, decent. It's not a cast trigger, so we're not getting anything out of it. Oh wait. Okay, that's bugged. Oh, come on, seriously. That's not how the interface works. I can't go back and select X anymore. Oh, come on. Great. So if I'm not... So in this case, I got ruined by a faulty game interface. Wizards, what gives? Could have won that one. Anyway, so something to keep in mind in the future. Um, you have to learn how to decline abilities that you know you're never gonna use. It's a shame. We could have won that one, but I guess I could have let time run out. That would have been another way to get around it, but that would be so. But that would be so uninteresting. I know I'm recording this. I could just start this again anytime. You didn't have to see those two losses, but let's keep it out. Opponent gets to go first again. Going first really depends. Going first does mean that you do get to set the tempo of the game and how high the card drops you are going to expect. Like if you start dropping at X2 onwards, the power quality is gonna be kind of low to. It varies more wildly. Opponent dropped. Well, ring tempts you is something. It does set our tempos. I could just take the 2. Oh, we can. Oh, nice, nice, nice. We can actually accelerate with this guy. It does mean we are taking 2 anyway, but we can accelerate, and it's basically a mana dork. Opponent does get Mishra. We are taking 4. We could also stockpile treasures, but probably not a good idea. Maybe if we got better drops, it would be really nice. But at least this one stalls things out a bit. Opponents dropping their first 4, we get to drop our first 5. Okay, so it's a 3-4 that does nothing because there are no... Because there are no cards in graveyards. This one, it's whenever you gain life. Now, if I could attack with this one to tap one of their creatures, but I probably might just wait. Only going for their 5. They could... And opponent concedes. Well, okay, I would just say thank you for conceding, considering how bad my games are going. But based on the previous game, yeah, you could turn it around. It doesn't have to end up like that. Also realize I should probably not tilt the camera in certain ways to avoid you having to see the up end of my nostrils. I also forgot to check my dailies though. I think most of them are not gonna get triggered by this. Maybe if it's the play X lands, I get to cash that out also. Also, especially when you're in quarantine, you really have to hydrate a lot. So we get to go first. We get to set the tempo. Well, not really. The person who drops the first creature sets the tempo. So I am in this case I am more willing to wait for a tree drop onwards. Opponent also likewise gonna wait. I think tree is a good enough number to start. I don't think there are any. No, there are a few duds on the tree drop slot. A glass pool mimic is a good example of something that won't stick. Instead, we get burned. Oh wow! So I can hold up mana, wait end of turn, accelerate. If our opponent doesn't have a way to remove this, opponent's going for their X3. Okay. This is a mana rock also, right? Yeah, it's a mana rock also. So I could make an X1, but we're gonna go straight to 7. Opponent is gonna make a 5 drop. We get to make a 7 drop next. I could have made a 1 drop in between, but generally it's not worth it. Okay. Also not gonna get much out of Morph. So now this is where we hope things start paying off. Because there are still whiffs at this mana level. Oh, for a second I was scared. I thought that was a whiff. Whenever it attacks, oh, okay, definitely not whiff, but it's not but there are some answers at 6 mana. There are a few cards that will bounce. So that is not one of them. Whenever you draw a card, you may pay 1. What's this? Tap or untap. So we're definitely attacking. I suggest we attack first because we're more likely to hit a raid creep. So deal 4 damage to any target and 2 other targets. Yeah, you have to read carefully. No, our opponent could tap whatever he chooses to drop as a blocker. Okay, this is not that spectacular, but it does force our opponent to have an answer or lose. And we are giving them another shot at 6 drop. Oh, draw 2 and discard a card. That's not gonna do it. They can shrink 1 creature, but technically, his ability is it's always gonna be a negative. Yeah, that's game over. We can. And we're not gonna so 4 damage here. Yeah, that was a good Draka set. Like I was saying, there are a few there are a few blue, cards that bounce or actually are otherwise removal. Those would have been really good answers here. My nose is a bit itchy. Let's see if we can get our last win so that I can finally scratch my nose properly. That's the Momir life. Also, I'm wondering how am I going to be doing the live later? Hey, we definitely got, well, ICRs are not protected by duplication, so that probably means that we got enough rares that we're starting to get gems at this point. Not bad. Time to turn on the fan. Should also probably crack the window open now that it's this late. It's late enough that construction's not happening anymore this side, so it won't be noisy outside. Yeah, definitely if you can hit early mana accelerants, those are really good. It's tempting to go X equals 1 because you can hit. You might be able. There are a bunch of 1 mana dorks that you can hit. Let's see, Deathrite Shaman, especially of late, but also the typical Llanowar Elves, Elvish Mystic, etc., etc. Again, setting the tempo. Opponent might drop. Oh no, they won't. Okay, so we're dropping X equals 3. X equals 3 does have a good number of land-based mana accelerants, so that's what makes it pretty nice to drop. The 1/1 flyer is probably gonna be more relevant here than the. Watch me eat my words, but excuse me. This is not enough of, well, our opponent's probably gonna drop a 3-drop anyway, but this is not enough of a threat to. Ooh, okay. That, consider my words eaten. Okay, so here I'm gonna select 1. Then I'm gonna press decline. And I don't get to attack, and even then this spider also gets to eat my resto, so not that great deal. Yeah, okay, we still got a ways to go. When it's doing a 4-drop, it's like, okay, so the thing is, they won't be able to make tokens because it's automatically gonna go tonight. That said, it's still enough to ruin our day, so we definitely need to find an out soon. Yeah, I guess that's actually good. 5/4. So I'm gonna swing with the resto, see if we can convince our opponent to trade with the spider. Really sorry you have to see that. Yeah, my nose can get very itchy easily. Okay, opponent's gonna go for the block. That's fine. Like if our opponent happens to land the 6-drop that you have to sacrifice 2. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. We're prepared. Ooh, we're not prepared for that, but we have chump blockers now. Opponent probably does not. I'll be surprised if they swing with that. I would. Okay, so 6-drop, but Yeah, that is nasty. May have it. It's a May, so again, decline. I'm also trying to do the math. If our opponent swings with both, I block the werewolf first and just chump block somehow. Well, the good news there is that okay, if our opponent attacks that way, so I don't like that we have to pare it down now, but it draws us the extra card. And that gives us some time to figure out an alternate answer to the problem. Well, if I knew I was going to be drawing cards, I would have saved that token. So we're most likely chumping this. No, we probably can take one hit. Swing first, then respond to see where the point. Solarian Terror, not like we're targeting anyway. We'll take the hit for now. Oh, you may return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. We don't have the Hover Guard Sweepers, definitely the best. Whew, that is what we're talking about. And of course we're going to start drawing cards. Yeah, we held out long enough. And this is whenever a creature with flying attacks, so both of these trigger. Opponent drops an 8. They hit a 4/8. It does have double strike, so it will be enough to kill. It will be enough to kill either of these guys. So I probably want to drop my 9 first. It's also indestructible if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's indestructible, so I suppose knowing that, our best bet is to just yeah, try to go for card quality and see if we can find an out later. We might get to deal more yeah, if our opponent blocks like that, we will get to deal more damage. But let's see, we're taking 8. We will have to hold our Hover Guard Sweepers back now. We do get to drop 10 drops. Normally this would be a case of you want to go Zakama or bust. Oh, wait. Oh, opponent's gonna have to sacrifice this, but our opponent can pay. They can pay all 12 life if they want to. They probably won't. They're probably not gonna figure that out, so let's do our own 10 drop. You can only activate these once a turn, so I'm not gonna be able to say drop two 5 drops, for example. Hey, and now we have a decent blocker for that. So opponent can. So I definitely want to hold back. I know our opponent knows they're going to lose that, so they need to decide. This is also it's also -1/-1 until end of turn. So oh no, they're not gonna even try. Okay, that's good. And opponent should not have played the land there because they're not going to get anything from it. We, on the other hand, we still can.